These two children are dunking a newborn baby headfirst into a pool. This isn't a game. They want to see if an infant can breathe underwater. And as the baby struggles and slowly stops moving, their mother is just yards away, dicking eggs. Their father is by the pool. Their father is by vision. Suddenly, the mother, Bella, spots them. She sees them casually holding a tiny foot in the water. Horrified, she drops the eggs and sprints towards the pool. The father, Jack, snatches the baby back. He is not breathing. He desperately pats his back, and after a few terrifying minutes, the infant finally cries. As the sister tries to explain, Bella unleashes a furious slap across her face. The brother gets one too. When Bella explains what happened, Jack's anger explodes. He snatches the Bible from the sister's hands, throws it on the ground, and douses it in gasoline. He burns it right in front of them. Because these aren't their children, they are albino siblings adopted from a convent. 5 years ago, Bella and Jack's wedding ended in terror. In the middle of the celebration, their friends and family fell silent. Jack looked down and saw Bella's dress soaked in a pool of blood. At the hospital, the news was devastating. Bella had been 8 months pregnant without knowing. They lost the baby. Worse, Bella fell into a deep depression. Jack suggested they could adopt. The next day, the atmosphere was bizarre, unsettling Bella. As they were about to leave, two children, entirely white, walked towards them, smiling. They were polite, but Jack found their appearance deeply strange. But Bella felt a connection.
I know what you're thinking, and they are just too old and a bit strange.
These children need to be loved, Adolfo. Same as us, we need love.
Against Jack's judgment, Bella insisted. They took the children home. The moment they arrived, it was as if it saw monsters, not children. That night, a crown made of twigs for Jack and a necklace for Bella to ward off evil. The next day, she found rusty metal crosses nailed above every door. But that was just the beginning. During a bedtime game, they suddenly shut off the lights. They pulled a pillowcase over Bella's head, holding her down. They began chanting like it was some kind of ritual. Jack rushed in, and the children pretended it was just a game. But as they approached Bella, her dog of 15 years lunged again, this time biting her hand. Seeing her bleed, the siblings decided the dog had to be purified. That night, they poisoned its food. They dragged the unconscious animal into the living room. Then they took out a knife and began to operate. The next morning, Bella woke up to a nightmare. The two children stood at the foot of her bed, covered in blood. In the living room, she found her beloved dog butchered. They claimed it was an evil dog for biting her, and they were only punishing it. They didn't understand why stabbing it over a dozen times would kill it. Bella was terrified, but Jack insisted they just lacked common sense. Then a miracle occurred. Bella, told she was infertile, fainted. A doctor's visit confirmed the impossible. She was pregnant. The children were ecstatic.
What makes you say that?
Well, because our baby brother is going to be born, thanks to a miracle.
Bella didn't believe their nonsense. She went to the convent, describing all the bizarre events. But the headmistress insisted they were model children. That night, Bella stole their precious Bible. Tucked inside, she found two horrifying drawings. One showed them gleefully operating on the dog. The other showed them punishing a boy who had bullied them. She finally understood. They were reenacting the Bible's verses in real life. They believed they were performing acts of salvation, not cruelty. Bella locked the Bible in a box, but her life spiraled downwards. Her hair fell out in clumps. Jack started to think she was going insane. Then, Jack had to leave for a business trip. He asked the children to take good care of their mother. The next morning, Bella woke up to find her hands tied to the bed. The sister tried to feed her hot milk. Terrified it was poisoned, Bella refused to open her mouth. So they brought out a syringe, planning to inject the milk into her. She fought back, broke free, and grabbed a knife from the kitchen. Just then, Jack returned home, but before he could process the scene, Bella's water broke. The baby was born, but the children grew jealous of the attention he received. Which brings us back to the pool. This time, the parents understood. This wasn't a game, it was a threat. That afternoon, they drove the children back to the convent. But the horror wasn't over. That very night, it came for them. The television signal died. Jack went outside to fix it. Minutes later, Bella heard the children's laughter from upstairs. Then she looked outside. Jack had been struck by lightning. He was on fire. He stumbled back into the house, and the entire building was engulfed in flames. She ran upstairs for her baby, but the crib was empty. The sister's voice whispered in her ear, telling her to pray. She did, and the baby miraculously reappeared. The next time we see Bella is at Jack's funeral. She isn't holding her newborn son. She is holding the hands of the two albino children. Somehow, they have returned, and they have won.